Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Oh, I forgot to do an audio test. Can y'all hear me? Is there any audio to this? Say something. You know, anything. You can put a little emoji react. Do something. Sign up. Roscoe, come here. Here. Look. Look, there's some on the floor. You don't eat it. Gotta change the battery. Alright, battery changed. Oh shit, well, this battery's about to die too. It's only at 8%. So, I guess this is as much as I'm gonna do on this test. Actually, you know what? Maybe my other battery that I'm charging, maybe, just maybe, it is charged up enough. We can use that. Oh yeah, look at that. I have this giant battery here. Okay. All right, so I'm about to make some stuff, do some things. I gotta find my other cable because this cable's a little short. All right, got the new cable. This is the baby cable I had. So, what's going on here? So, I just made some brown sugar syrup. I need to move that out the way. And I have my little cabinet here. Stuff. I think I'm gonna use this one. So I got to make a roux, and I'm going to use this bacon here. That's why I chopped it up. So we'll do some bacon and some olive oil, and then we'll mix it with some flour, which I have laying around somewhere. I'm going to be using this right here. Wait, is this? Let's see if this camera's doing what it's supposed to do. I guess it is. Yeah, so I got this olive oil, Spanish olive oil. Is it going to focus? Will it focus? Maybe not. Let me get out of the frame. Maybe it'll focus now. There it goes. I think it's kind of focusing a little bit. So this olive oil is really good. It's bottled for Central Market. I love the bottle. I'm not even gonna lie. So gonna preheat the pan. Go ahead and move the camera over there because that's where I'm going to be doing most of my work. just getting out my other ingredients that I know I'm gonna need. So I got bay leaf, cayenne, smoked paprika, regular paprika, oregano, a little bit of salt, black pepper. Worcestershire. Oh, and thyme. Oh, and I got flour here as well. I got some flour. Okay, well, I think it's good enough to get started. I gotta get my oil. I'm gonna put just a little bit of this in here just to get it started. It's gonna be medium low. Cold pan. And the goal is to render out as much of this fat as possible. I wonder, is this loud enough? I actually don't know. Testing. All right, well, I guess that's maybe loud enough. Or maybe a little bit louder. I want to make sure it's not too loud, but hopefully that's good enough. I have a bunch of fucking ghosts that don't say shit. Let me know if things are going alright. It's coming. Sorry, not everyone can be him and say words to people. I know it's a hard thing to use your words. That's what makes me him, right? Alright, I'm gonna let that chill, render out. I got some chicken that I'll be divvying up right quick. see if I can get y'all up in here. Get you some in the pan action. Yo, what's up, friend? Is it Francisca? I'm making etouffee again. One of my friends is moving back to New York, and he didn't get a chance to make it last time, and then I got sick afterwards, so he missed out for real, for real. So I'm like, well, seeing that you're leaving, I'll make it again. And some of my other neighbors, they want to try it too. They be watching all of my stuff that I make on Instagram. I post most of my cooking stuff on Instagram. Very recent that I just started trying to put it on YouTube. Honestly, it's not worth the effort to put it on YouTube. Gets 0 views. No one says anything. It seems like I live in a world where people have 0 opinions. No one has an appreciation for shit. So on Instagram, it's the exact opposite. Seems that people really love it. At the moment, I'm just rendering out fat out of this bacon. I'm off to the side, by the way. I'm just letting that go. I gotta chop up this chicken. I don't feel like moving the camera again, so it's just gonna stay over there. What it's worth, this chicken is just Costco chicken. It's nothing special. I actually don't want this bacon to get crispy. Not yet. Otherwise it'll get too crispy. Mostly just trying to render out this fat. Alright, that's good enough. Go ahead and get these browned up. And throw a little bit more oil in there. And I actually need enough oil because I'm making my roux out of this. And roux is literally just fat and flour. Cranking up the heat a little bit to start getting some browning. Gotta be careful because I'm using this extra virgin olive oil. Not that it'll go bad, it's just, really expensive. You don't want to burn it. And what I'll do just before putting the flour in, I'm going to put in these spices. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and measure out my spices. And when I say measure it, I mean just like prep it so I don't have to do it while I'm trying to cook. It'll be a little bit easier this way. So all I'm doing is just throwing it in one of these ramekins. All that's in here is a little bit of salt, cayenne pepper, smoked paprika, and regular paprika. So once I start getting a little bit of color on these sausages, I'll go in with the spices. The ones that I just, put out. I'm actually going to put a little more regular paprika in there. I got a little bit more meat, so got to balance it out. And I'm going to do a little bit more cayenne. Got to be careful though, you don't want too much. Now, given that this isn't just for me, I can't go overboard. I'm fine with a lot of heat, but not everybody is. But you gotta have it because it has flavor. It's not just spice or heat. I gotta make sure I also have enough fat in here. That is that's just enough. Not really. I might have to put a little bit more oil in here. Alright, just a touch more oil, not much. I'm almost, that's pretty good right there. And remember, I'm making a roux. It's just that I'm not making it the traditional way, where you do it all by itself, where you have your fat and your flour and you just mix your roux that way. I'm doing it this way. And this is because this is chicken and sausage. It's not shrimp or crawfish. In those cases, I will make a dedicated roux. So for crawfish, I'll make a darker roux. For shrimp, I'll make a more, I call it beige roux, but I don't know what else you would call it. Like it gets to the color peanut butter. How about that? Peanut butter roux. versus milk chocolate roux for crawfish. This is going to be somewhere in between. It's going to be a little bit lighter. Alright, so I got color starting to develop on these sausages. And this is my spice blend that I just made. Putting it in right with the oil. Wake them up. And it smells amazing. Oh my gosh. Alright, now at this point, I'll go ahead and start building my roux. I got this flour, it's just regular AP flour. And I'm looking for a consistency. I don't know how much you're supposed to put. Everything is by feel. I think this should be enough. It's almost at the consistency that I wanted. It shouldn't be goopy, but it should have body. It's worth keeping in mind that there's going to be stock in here, which I'm going to go get in a second after I put in these vegetables. And what's cool with doing it this way, instead of having just a roux that you do by itself, is that it creates this really cool texture on the sausages. It's like crispy almost. And it only happens when you do it this way. Now I'm just cooking the roux. So it looks like it's dark, and that's because I put all that paprika and all that kind of stuff in there. But I want this flour to actually get cooked, and the longer you cook it, the less thickening it's going to be. So, that's something to keep in mind. Alright, this should be good. Just making sure that this consistency is right before I put in my vegetables. Yep, we're good. So just dump them all in. And this right here will stop the roux from cooking. AKA the flour, really. Alright, at this point, I'm throwing some salt to get some of this water out of these vegetables, just a little bit. I need a little bit more liquid to deglaze, so I'm going to deglaze with Worcestershire sauce for now. And then there will be a second deglazing, which is going to be with sherry and hot sauce. So right now I'm just getting the vegetables soft. I don't really have to get it cooked, just soft. I had to get some thyme, and I got a little bit of sherry, so I'll be using the rest. And then some hot sauce. Alright, so we'll go in with some of this hot sauce. And this is a vinegar-based hot sauce. Well, I guess all hot sauce is vinegar-based, right? Maybe. And some sherry. Yeah, I'll just go all in. That's all my sherry. I gotta go to the wine store now and buy some more. Maybe I'll do that later today, like while this is cooling off. So right now I'm just getting all of the stuff on the bottom of the pan off with that sherry that I just put in. Oh yeah, look at that. Alright, so now in with the garlic. Alright, and now I'm gonna dump the chicken in. Get that all mixed in. And at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in my dry herbs. So I'm gonna throw in just a little bit of oregano. Not much. And black pepper, a lot of it. I want it kind of coarse, so just adjust it. And this is just the first round of black pepper. There's going to be 2 more rounds after this. Black pepper tastes different depending on how long you cook it. So this first round is going to be the most mild. Throw a little more oregano in here. That mixed in, and then I'm gonna put the fresh herbs in after I throw in my liquid, which is about to go in pretty much right now. Actually, not yet. There's one over there. This is chicken base. It's easier to kind of get it mixed in now before I have a bunch of liquid in here. Plus, you know, you give this chicken some time to marry in with these spices. You know, the pre-engagement party. Just making sure I get all these bits on the bottom. And I'm gonna put my liquid in stages. So first stage is now. Yo, what's up, Cruz? How you doing? All right, so that's the first phase, and this is to get all this stuff on the bottom, get that all mixed in well. Alright, that's looking fine. Alright, second stage. Each stage is a little bit more. So remember, this is a roux, so you want to make sure that there are no clumps. There shouldn't be, because I cooked the roux down and it's not hot, but I didn't lower the temperature, which is just helpful. Now, I'm not too concerned about the consistency now, because I can always boil out water later. Alright, so we can go ahead and get the last phase in. I don't have to worry about lumps anymore, which is good. Oh shit, I forgot to put in my tomatoes. So I got these right here. Man, it would have been easier had I did it before this liquid, so I can kind of smash them, but it's fine, I suppose. And I'm not trying to get any of the sauce, it's just the tomato. So let me kind of get that cleaned off a little bit. So see, tomato. These are San Marzano tomatoes. And I'm only going to put 3. This isn't a tomato forward dish, you just need a little bit of tomato. Which, if I know my history, which I probably don't, I should. I think this makes it Creole. And normally I would put in okra, like I would roast okra, but I don't have any. And I don't feel like going to the store and getting any to make it. And I would put it in now, it would be after. I would roast it in the oven, and then when this is almost done, it will get added at that point. Okay, so this is the consistency that I'm kind of going to want it at. However, I can't just leave it with this amount of liquid. I have to put more, because it's going to evaporate. Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw in a bay leaf and a half. If I can find one. Or just 2. How about that? Just, actually, no, I have a half bay leaf. If I can get it out, it's kind of in here. There you go. So we got the bay leaf and, what else? Some thyme. Hopefully, actually that's not enough time. I'm gonna put a little more. All right, so I normally put in my not my peppers, I'm sorry, my onions and parsley in 2 stages. So now that this is, getting to where it needs to be, crank up the heat, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some more liquid added. And this is gonna cook uncovered for like 30 minutes to an hour. There's no real time. I don't just make up times. As you can see, I also make up amounts of ingredients that go in as I go. Alright, yeah, that looks fine. It looks good enough for me. Make sure I get all of this other stuff off my spoon. Now I'm gonna bring this up to a boil, and then I'm gonna do my first stage of green onions and parsley. And then the second stage of green onion and parsley is after it's done. I turn off the heat and dump in the rest. And then I have my greens, the green onion green parts. I have that for garnish. That almost doesn't look like enough time. Smell it. Yeah, it needs a little more time. And this is my second peppering. And it could be kind of coarse because this is going to cook for a while. So the pepper will be really soft. That's actually nowhere near enough. I should be able to see pepper, and I don't. Alright, good enough for now. I'm just getting all this stuff off the side. All that flavor. I need it in my stew broth, whatever you want to call it. My gravy. Remember, it looks a little watery now, but this is going to simmer for a while. And because it has that roux in there, it will thicken up. And once it's down to, once it's been cooked for at least 30-40 minutes, I will start to focus on the consistency. And there's a certain consistency I'm after. Now let's talk about how this is served. I have some Carolina Gold rice. And let me adjust this a little bit, make it easier on me. Alright, so this is California Gold, not Cali, Carolina Gold rice. So special rice. It's actually, I'm not joking, it's actually a special rice. So I'll be doing half, basically 1 part this, 1 part jasmine rice, and that just goes in the cooker over there. I'm saying what it is now because I don't know if I'm going to be able to record. You know, I only have this 1 battery left, and yeah, when it dies, it dies. They're going to focus on me? What the hell is it doing? Hopefully y'all can see me. Oh, excuse me. So part of that what goes in there is going to be about 2 teaspoons of vinegar. Basically, I do a teaspoon per cup and a half. So there's going to be 3 cups and a quarter about, and then I'll use about 2 teaspoons of this organic white vinegar, distilled, if you want to focus. Uh, Also, this is white pepper. Found out that some people don't even know that white pepper exists. Yeah, so it'll be some white pepper and butter. So 2 tablespoons per, well, not two. It'll just be 2 tablespoons of butter with this vinegar, and that goes in the rice. So some people call it buttered rice, right? Which makes sense. There's butter in it, and it's amazing. Like each individual grain is individual. You know, you feel it in your mouth. I know that sounds weird, but you do. You feel it in your mouth, and it feels good. Also tastes good. Oh, and then there will be a little bit of salt. So with butter rice, I think it's important to salt it. You want the rice to have you want to be able to taste the rice's flavor, especially with this Carolina Gold. It's got like this nutty tight flavor. It's really good. And when you mix it with the jasmine, it has that fragrance of jasmine. Jasmine is really fragile rice. So you want something that can also hold. That's why I use 2 different ones. Generally, I always mix my rice for this type of stuff. I don't just go all in with the jasmine. That's very. I don't think my people back in the day when they were on the slave farms were out here going to Thailand getting rice, jasmine rice. So I can only go half bougie on it, not all the way. All right, let's put it back down here. All right, as we can see, it's starting to simmer slowly. I'll zoom in a little bit, or a lot, a little bit. All right, so here is the parsley. Half of it, about half of it's gonna go in, and half of these are gonna go in. The first stage, I do everything in stages. Fresh parsley and fresh green onion have a different flavor profile than cooked. So I like the sharpness and the freshness, like the grassiness of parsley at the end, but I don't like it too much. So, we're gonna dump some of this in. So this is getting to a simmer. It's at medium low. I'm sorry, medium high. I'm gonna just go ahead and get it closer to high. I have my camera right here, and I'm kind of worried, so I don't want to put it too high and melt the hell out of my camera. It already sucks at heat management. For what it's worth, I'm filming this. Not filming. I'm actually not recording. I'm streaming this from my A1 Mark II, and I have an attachment that I've had for years. It's just I never used it because it was too much weight for when I was traveling, and it's only 1080p. It locks me into 1080p, and I didn't know that at the time when I bought it. So I was like, hell no. So I'm finally using it now. That's why the stream is in 1080p and not 4K. So if you can't see it in all its glory, well, hey, maybe I'll have a GoFundMe and you can help me go buy the right one for 4K. I doubt it though. Alright, so this is simmering. So let's go ahead and get this first stage of parsley in here. And the first stage of these green onions. Now to make my life easy, I'm just going to dump these because these are all going to go in together at the end. So this is just going to be my, when I'm done. All right, so now that it's out of simmer, I'm going to turn it down to medium low, basically low. And this is going to cook until I feel like I'm ready for it to be done. Everything is already cooked, right? Like the vegetables are cooked. I mean, technically they're soft, but they're going to get really, really soft. The chicken is cooked because it comes from Costco roast chicken. It's the white meat. They just pull it off and put it in here. And actually, no, the tomatoes aren't done because I didn't put it in at the right time. And honestly, it makes a difference when you put in the order that you put in ingredients is really important. I think a lot of people think it doesn't matter, but it does. So I should have put the tomatoes in earlier because they have a lot of sugar, and I can use that to improve the Maillard reaction or get Maillard on those tomatoes and get a really deep depth of flavor that I wouldn't get otherwise. But it's whatever. It'll be all right. Okay, so let me put some stuff up. For what it's worth, this is my greens, and this is for garnish. So there's going to be more green onion later. Alright, so this is coming down. So I think now it's time to get this rice started. Like it's all tied up. God dang it. Okay. Yes. Let me turn off the focus. So I'm about to wash this rice off. So yeah, this is the Carolina Gold. I gotta go grab my bag of jasmine rice. So I'll be back. Jasmine rice. As you can tell, I actually cook for real. I have a lot of rice. Oh, yeah. All right, so that's my 1 part jasmine rice, and then we're gonna do 1 part Carolina Gold. And this rice is expensive, man. Oh my gosh, just this little bit. I'm not out of rice. This is this is what I can afford. Actually, down the line, this is what they had at the store. It's $12. This right here was $12.99. Just this. It's not much. Here, I'll see if I can get a nice little shot of what it looks like up close. This is in 1080p for y'all, so I won't do it justice, but you can kind of see what it looks like. It's kind of like this golden hue. It used to be more affordable, but I guess all groceries used to be more affordable, right? So I normally wash my rice with this because it makes it easy. So let's go ahead and move some stuff over. You'll see that my sink is now full of dishes. Unlike earlier, it was nice and clean as usual. I guess before I do that, let me get some other tools. Yeah, I'm gonna just throw away the rest of this celery. I actually hate celery. I only use it for this type of cooking. Like, celery's one of the worst things in my opinion. They just taste disgusting. And this is gonna go in the freezer for another day. Okay, so we'll rinse this off. Actually, I have this new method that I've been doing. So put it in here, and then I'll wash it in this bowl, and then I'll rinse it out a few more times using this bowl. I'll zoom in for you. Now here's a fun fact. I'm not saying I'm about to do it because I don't feel like doing it right now. But this rice water, this starch, this white, you know how it's white? You can use that to wash your hair with. And it's really good for your hair. You know? Has a lot of nutrients and all that kind of stuff. So you don't have to go and buy a stupid shampoo, which is literally just death for your hair. You use this. All that starch and stuff, it's good for you. I mean, maybe not to eat. I mean, you can eat it, but like I said, I would use this to put in my hair. Normally, I do have a bottle that I'll put this stuff in, and I always do the second. So I'll rinse it off first to get all of the there's any potential dirt or whatever. Normally it's pretty clean, and then the second rinse where I do this, I get most of that starch out and I can use it. This is also how you get rice starch. If you ever needed rice starch for any reason, you get it in this water right here, and then you can boil out the water, and you're left with the starch. All right, so this is the first rinse. And you see how that water is just white, milky white? Unfortunately, I feel bad pouring this out because that's like just nutrient right there. Oh my gosh, I'm hungry. So this is the second rinse. I'm probably gonna do 3 rinses. And I normally just go based off the color of the water, so I'm assuming it's gonna be 3 rinses. I actually don't know. Now, I assume this is really important to getting my rice grains to be individual like, you know, I really like that mouthfeel. So washing the rice is important to me. Now, you don't have to wash it as many times as I'm washing it, but I am going to try to get my water basically clear, almost clear. So I think the third rinse is probably going to be all I need to do. And I always use spring water to cook my rice in, so no tap water, just spring water. And I'm doing this right here with my hand too agitated. This is how I get all of that starch out. You also don't waste as much water just letting it run over it. I'm also kind of gentle. It may not seem like it, but you know, let's just pretend that I have the Midas touch here. I'm not trying to break apart the grains of my jasmine rice. I'm agitating it like this because there's a lot of rice in here, and I want anything that might be in here to fall through my seed here, to the bottom of this bowl. Alright, so second rinse is good, and about to get to the final rinse. Oh yeah, what's up, Emmanuel? My bad. I just now saw your message. Are you still here? I gotta turn down my stuff. Hello. If you are still here, Emmanuel, you're welcome to come by today or tomorrow, or I guess even Sunday potentially, if you want to try it. I don't know if you got a chance to try this before. I doubt it. I think you tried something else that I made. Alright, this is clean enough for me. Just rinse out whatever pre-starch is left. trying to get as much of this water out as possible because, as I said, I'm going to use spring water. Now, it didn't have to be all of it, but as I said, as much as possible. So while that's kind of, just let that sit here for now and get this kind of, the bottom of it, I'll need the bottom dry. The inside doesn't matter, just the bottom. Alright, so there we go. So minimal white rice, minimal rice wastage. So normally when I do it all in here like that, like I always end up wasting some because it literally falls out as I'm trying to clean it. This is years ago. I've developed these methods over years. So now I don't have to worry about certain things happening anymore. Alright. Alright, gotta get some butter. Oh, before I do that, let me stir this up. Gonna heat up my knife. Roscoe, what are you doing? What are you doing? Just looking. You up to no good? Okay, so we got 1, 2, so it'll be 2.5. And we're gonna kind of cube it up a little bit. That saying, hot knife through butter, that's where it comes from. Okay, put this here. Okay, now it is white pepper time. So let's just get a little bit of that. Just a little bit. Gonna throw a little bit of salt in there. This be good enough. Like literally a little bit. And we're gonna do a couple teaspoons of white vinegar. I actually don't know if that's a teaspoon. I just 4 capfuls. How about that? Okay. I gotta go grab some water. Oh wait, I have water here. I don't think this is enough, but we'll use it for now. Yeah, definitely not enough. So I'm trying to get it to 4. Not trying, that's what's going to happen. But that's what I'm looking at. It's getting it to that line right there. And I'm going to stir this up a little bit. Using this rice paddle here. And this is to kind of get the pepper mixed in and all that kind of good stuff. I might have to put a little bit more pepper actually. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a little bit more pepper in here. And I'm gonna throw in half a bay leaf. Actually, no, we're gonna do a quarter. These are strong bay leaves. And it's just for that je ne sais quoi, you know? Add some fragrance to it. Alright, I'm trying to get in this butter kind of, you know, evenly distributed, as well as getting the rice relatively evenly distributed. Because I use a rice cooker, so I'm not going to be able to move this around later. Alright. Now, how do I make sure that everything is as it should be? Well, I am going to bang it on my cutting board. Alright, cool, that's it. So, get this situated. This wouldn't be so hard if I didn't have this charger to worry about. Go ahead and just move this to here. Alright, so while that's doing its thing, we have the main dish over here. simmering away. Just stir it for consistency. See how it's looking. Get all this side magic off the side. That's just flavor, you know? Now I'm going to use some Cajun seasoning in here. It's going to be a mix. Basically, slap your mama. But it's going to be only 2 teaspoons. So literally not much. And when I say 2 teaspoons, I mean like 2 spoons. Not all the way full, but just enough. And from there, if it needs to be have more salt, just add more salt. But both of those have pepper. One has white pepper, the other one has black pepper. But I am going to do my final peppering, if that's even a word. I need to refill my pepper mill. It's starting to get hard to do. Not hard in the sense that it's hard, but like every turn isn't a lot of pepper coming out. So it's making my wrist hurt. All right. Pretty soon I'll be able to do the first taste test. It takes a while before you can do the first taste test. So just out of curiosity, how is this lobstering so far? Is it actually? I'm not able to monitor it the way that I would like. I'm assuming everything is fine. I have my iPad here, but I don't know if people can hear me or not. Maybe not. Maybe I've been talking to myself. I'm used to talking to myself, though. It's okay. So in other news, I have some dark roasted oolong that I am cold brewing. And I just made some brown sugar syrup not long ago, which is what's in this pot here. In fact, I'll end my live stream. Am I live? I guess I am live. Okay, I wasn't sure if that I accidentally switched apps on my phone. I wasn't sure if that caused my live stream to end or not. You're in the knives. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it smells amazing. So this is my brown sugar super syrup that I just made. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this bottled up. I guess I can do that over here. Kind of see it. That's like. It's like liquid gold. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Perfect consistency. So it's going to add the body that I'm looking for to my tea. I'm a big proponent of textures and consistencies and all that. Oh my gosh. If you've ever had a great candy apple, that's what this tastes like. It's got hints of caramel. I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's really, really, really good. Somewhat smoky. All right, I guess that's all I'm gonna be able to get. Okay, so I put it in here to make it easy, or to get into here. Okay, so I have a lot left over, and I don't want a lot left over. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some tea. So I guess y'all get to join me for some tea making sessions. So I'm actually gonna try something a little bit new with this. So I have some Persian cardamom tea. Okay. And I also have my normal. Okay, never mind. I'm out. So I gotta. All right, give me a second. So I'm gonna do 4 parts of this dark roast Figolin. That's 3, and just 1 more part. And 1 part of this Persian cardamom tea. This is an experiment. I've never done this. I normally only use the other one that I just put in here. But I have a feeling that these can taste amazing together. And I hope I'm right because I'm putting a lot. This is a full liter of tea. See what I'm doing, my settings. We'll do 4.5 minutes, and temperature is going to be 95. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get that started. my cold brew is going to be done maybe in a few more hours. And I'm experimenting with stuff right now. I'm going to carbonate the tea. So not this tea right here, but my cold brew, which is over there. All right. It'll focus. Yeah, that right there. So I'm going to carbonate that. Half of that is going to be, I'm going to add that brown sugar syrup that I made. And then the other half I'm going to leave as is. And then for this, since I'm making so much, I am going to go ahead and save off about 16 ounces or so, hopefully, if I do my math right. I'm going to save some off and I'm going to carbonate it with sugar. Or who knows, maybe I'll just do another batch and do half of it with sugar and then the other half without, and carbonate those as well. I have these bottles right here that I can use. So each one of these is 12 ounces. So, but I got to make sure I have enough just to, make sure things go well. Quality control, All right, so put that back. Here is my little tea area. I got this jasmine oolong. I'll zoom that for you. Jasmine oolong. This right here is new. I haven't tried it yet. This organic blue lotus flower. Then I have this hibiscus. My friend got me this from China. It's a black tea. This is it's some type of oolong. I'm not sure which one. And then I have some of these right here. These are from TWG. These are just containers. I just put whatever tea's in there. And then there's more tea inside of there. And then there's also more tea in my little storage area, which I'm not about to go through right now. Obviously, these are the ones that I just filled up. And this is what I just used. Oh, another thing that'll happen is I filter these teas before I carbonate. Since I'm not carbonating this, I'm not going to filter it, but I have paper filters for making sure that I get the best product as I can. I'm actually pretty surprised that this whatever device that I'm using is still going. It's going strong. The camera hasn't charged one bit, but I'm glad that it hasn't turned off yet. Hasn't overheated. Alright, let's take a look at how we're doing over here.